how about this? If you had to lose every other season forever and only keep just one for the rest of your life, would you even be able to choose?
Oh, that's actually a brutal question to start with, because I genuinely don't think I could survive without at least two of them.
No problem. Welcome to Joobira Zone, everyone.
Welcome back. I'm Maya.
And I'm Takas. And today's topic is a fun one. Our favorite seasons, the weather that comes with them, and all the activities we genuinely love doing during each one.
This is such a great topic for English conversation, too, because everyone has such strong, passionate opinions about which season is genuinely the best.
Exactly. So let's start with some essential vocabulary, because there's a lot of really descriptive language connected to weather and seasons that's incredibly useful in everyday conversation.
First up, let's talk about summer. Common words here include scorching, meaning extremely hot, and humid, meaning the air feels heavy and damp, sticky against your skin.
I genuinely cannot handle humid weather. The second it gets humid outside, I feel like I'm walking through actual soup.
That's such a vivid way to describe it, but honestly, completely accurate. Summer also brings words like sunbathing, lying in the sun to get a tan, and to cool off, meaning to do something that lowers your body temperature, like swimming.
Do you enjoy sunbathing, Maya, or does that sound like a personal nightmare to you too?
Honestly, 10 minutes of sunbathing and I'm already looking for shade and a cold drink. So summer isn't exactly my favorite season, if I'm being completely transparent.
Interesting. We might already be heading towards some disagreement here. Okay, let's talk about autumn now, or fall, as it's called in American English.
Autumn brings such beautiful vocabulary, honestly. Words like crisp, describing that fresh, cool air, and foliage, referring to the leaves changing color on the trees.
There's also to bundle up, meaning to wear extra layers of clothing to stay warm, and cozy, describing that warm, comfortable feeling you get indoors.
Autumn is genuinely my favorite season, if I'm being completely honest. There's something about crisp mornings, warm drinks, and colorful leaves that just feels perfect to me.
I can respect that choice, honestly, even though it's not quite my personal favorite either.
We'll get to your favorite eventually, don't worry. All right, let's move on to winter now, because this season has such rich, specific vocabulary connected to it.
Winter brings words like freezing, meaning extremely cold, and frost, that thin layer of ice that forms on surfaces overnight.
There's also to bundle up again, which really applies here too, along with hibernate, which technically describes animals sleeping through winter, but people jokingly use it to describe staying inside constantly.
I definitely hibernate during winter, honestly. The moment it gets cold, my personal social life basically shuts down completely until spring arrives.
That's such a relatable seasonal personality shift, honestly. So many people experience that exact same thing every single year.
Completely true. Okay, and finally, let's talk about spring, because this season has such fresh, hopeful vocabulary connected to it.
Spring brings words like mild, describing pleasant, comfortable temperatures, and blossom, referring to flowers opening and blooming after the winter.
There's also to freshen up, meaning things feel renewed and clean, almost like the whole world is waking up again after a long rest.
I genuinely love that imagery, honestly. Spring really does feel like nature's slowly waking up after a really long, quiet nap.
Beautifully said, honestly. Okay, so now that we've covered vocabulary for all four seasons, let's actually talk about our own personal favorites and why we genuinely love them.
I already mentioned mine, autumn, but let me actually explain properly. I love the crisp air, the cozy sweaters, pumpkin-flavored everything, and honestly just that whole comforting atmosphere.
That's such a solid case, honestly. Autumn does have a very specific, comforting charm that's genuinely hard to argue against.
Thank you, I appreciate the validation. Okay, your turn now, Thomas. What's your favorite season, and why exactly?
Honestly, summer for me. I love the long, sunny days, spontaneous outdoor plans, and that carefree, relaxed feeling the entire season genuinely brings.
Even with all that humidity you were complaining about just a few minutes ago?
Even with the humidity somehow. I guess I'm willing to sweat a little in exchange for warm evenings and outdoor barbecues.
That's honestly such a fair trade-off when you think about it that way. All right, let's talk about seasonal activities now, because there's genuinely great vocabulary connected to what people actually do during each season.
In summer, people go hiking, swimming, and often plan road trips, traveling by car to different places, usually with friends and family.
In autumn, popular activities include apple picking, visiting orchards to pick apples yourself, and leaf peeping, which is actually a real phrase for traveling somewhere specifically to see the colorful autumn leaves.
Leaf peeping is such a strange but genuinely charming phrase, honestly. I love how specific and oddly wholesome it sounds.
It really does sound wholesome, doesn't it? In winter, people enjoy activities like skiing, building a snowman, and having a snowball fight with friends or family.
And in spring, popular activities include gardening, planting flowers or vegetables, and spring cleaning, which means deeply cleaning your home after the long winter months.
Do you actually do spring cleaning yourself, or does that phrase just exist purely in theory for you?
Honestly, purely in theory mostly. My version of spring cleaning is moving one pile of clothes from the chair to the actual closet.
That's genuinely more effort than some people put in, so I'll allow it. Before we continue further, if you're enjoying learning through episodes like this one, please take a moment to hit subscribe. We're building this channel completely from scratch, and every subscriber genuinely helps us keep going.
It truly means so much. Thank you all sincerely. All right, let's keep this conversation going because there's still plenty of fun vocabulary left to cover.
Let's talk about how weather can actually affect people's mood too, because this is such an interesting, relatable part of the seasonal conversation.
Right. There's actually a real phrase for this, seasonal mood, or more specifically, feeling gloomy, meaning sad or low energy, often during darker, colder months.
I definitely feel a little gloomier during winter, honestly. Shorter days and less sunlight genuinely affect my energy and overall mood quite noticeably.
That's such a common experience, honestly. So many people notice a real difference in their mood depending on the season and the amount of daylight available.
Exactly. And on the opposite end, there's the phrase to feel energized, which people often describe experiencing during spring and summer when there's more sunlight and warmth overall.
I definitely feel more energized during summer, honestly. Longer days genuinely make me want to do more, go outside more, and just generally stay busier overall.
That makes complete sense with your favorite season being summer. Honestly, it all connects together quite naturally now that you mention it.
Right? My favorite season and my actual personality genuinely line up pretty perfectly now that I think about it.
I want to pause here and actually ask our listeners something, because I think this could genuinely spark some fun, interesting answers in the comments below.
Go ahead.
So here's the question for everyone listening right now. What's your favorite season? And what's one specific activity you absolutely love doing during it?
That's such a fun question, honestly. And I think everyone's answer is probably going to be genuinely different depending on where exactly they live in the world, too.
Exactly. And we would genuinely love to read your answers, so please drop them down in the comments below. We're honestly so curious to hear from all of you.
All right, let's cover a few more useful phrases before we start wrapping up today's conversation. Unpredictable weather describes weather that changes suddenly and constantly without much warning at all.
That phrase genuinely describes spring perfectly, honestly. One moment it's sunny and warm, and then suddenly it's pouring rain completely out of nowhere.
So accurate, honestly. There's also the phrase a heat wave, describing a period of unusually hot weather that lasts for several days in a row.
And the opposite, a cold snap, describing a sudden, brief period of unusually cold weather, usually catching everyone completely off guard.
Both of those phrases are genuinely so useful, honestly, especially when you're trying to describe unusual or extreme weather patterns to someone else.
Completely agreed. Okay, let's quickly recap everything we covered in today's episode, because there was genuinely so much great vocabulary in this one.
We talked about scorching heat, humid air, sunbathing, cooling off, crisp autumn air, foliage, bundling up, cozy feelings, freezing winter temperatures, frost, hibernating, mild spring weather, blossoms, hiking, apple picking, leaf peeping, skiing, snowball fights, gardening, spring cleaning, feeling gloomy, feeling energized, unpredictable weather, heat waves, and cold snaps.
That is genuinely one of the richest, most descriptive vocabulary lists we've ever put together in a single episode, honestly.
I completely agree. So, here's your homework for today. Try describing your own personal favorite season using 2 or 3 phrases from today's episode and drop them in the comments below. We would genuinely love to read every single one.
And if today's episode helped you even a little bit, please make sure to subscribe, because it truly helps us keep bringing you fun, useful topics exactly like this one.
We've got so many more exciting topics planned for upcoming episodes, and honestly, we genuinely can't wait to share them with all of you very soon.
So whatever season it is right now where you're listening from, go outside and enjoy a little bit of it today. And we will see you very, very soon in our next episode.
Until then, take care of yourselves, enjoy the weather, and we'll catch you next time.